Hi everybody, thanks for checking out today's video, which is a 10 by 10 wardrobe challenge. We are almost in fall. Actually, I think we're officially in fall today, although it does not feel like it. I really feel like I should be doing a 10 by 10 for like a transitional summer to fall. If you're interested, I could put that together, but I did do, my last video was how I took a few of my summer pieces, how I wore them in summer, and then how I'm kind of transitioning them into fall, so you might want to check that out. But fall's going to be here soon enough. So today is a fall challenge, and I love to watch these videos with other people, and I love to do them. I think they're great for many reasons. The biggest one for me is that it really does remind me I can do a lot with just a little, and it's just such a great reminder, especially like if you're feeling kind of stuck with your closet, you know. And I find myself like often just kind of feeling very blah about my wardrobe, but then I do something like this and I realize, oh yeah, like maybe I haven't thought about that kind of combination. So if you are, you know, kind of stuck in your wardrobe, or maybe you're just kind of having like a blah day, I highly recommend trying a challenge or just go play in your closet. So that is my favorite reason to do the challenge. I think it's also a great practice when you are wanting to travel and keep it to a carry-on. I hate checking my luggage. I hate waiting in the line, and then, you know, it just takes too long. And then there's always the worry that they will lose my luggage, which has happened, and it was very traumatic, and I don't want to go through it again. So I just stick to my carry-on. And so this is great to help you kind of keep organized and really concise with what you're packing. It's also great if you have some new pieces in your wardrobe and you're still trying to figure out, you know, how you want to work it in with what you already have. That's the case for me. I'm still trying to figure out like the best combinations, the best pieces, you know, for what I already have and then what I just got. So I think it's also great for that. I want to kind of show you some of those new pieces and then some of the stuff I already had in my wardrobe. I did choose 10 pieces, but I do have one extra, which is a coat. So I'll go through everything and then I'll just show you how I styled it. So first up is my purse. Usually I go between black or beige because it complements my wardrobe, but for the sake of the challenge, I just stuck to black. I think if you only have one option, black is the best option. This one has gold hardware, so it's very complementary to my jewelry that I wear every day. This is a classic Chanel flat bag. This is actually discontinued. It's the single flat, but really who cares? And I would like to have this in the same purse, but just like half the size, because honestly, it's a bit large to carry every day. So either this purse or like another vintage designer purse, but you can't go wrong with black. So I just stuck to one. First up for clothing, this is new for this fall for my wardrobe. It's just a classic striped, you know, t-shirt. It has like all those French girl vibes. I lived in France for 2 years and I was super inspired by my time there, and I'm still inspired, and this is definitely a classic French piece. So I know that I'm going to be living in this for fall, and it's just incredibly easy to pair with, you know, so much in my closet. I grabbed one sweater. This is a brand that I've talked about in some of my other videos. This is from Quince. It's their $50 essential cashmere sweater. I think it is a good deal for the price, and I'm obsessed with the brand. I did a video to review some of the summer pieces that I ordered. I'm going to do the same for fall when I place my fall order, because they have some great new sweaters like cashmere and alpaca. So this one I've had for about a year. So they have really pretty colors. I chose this camel because I don't have this already in my wardrobe. This is the color that I'd like to add more of, but for some reason this exact color is really hard to find. Usually when you see like a camel, it's just can run the gambit of like what shade of camel, and this is the one I want. So super glad that I have this color in my wardrobe. And when the temperatures dip down, I live in cashmere, so definitely had to put a cashmere sweater in the mix. So next up is another piece that's new to my wardrobe. This one is from a secondhand shop, but it's actually new with tags. I think the brand went out of business and it was in New York. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it looks like Says Marjan. This I got at Housing Works, which I used to go to a lot when I was in New York City, and they support AIDS and homeless, and I love that mission. And usually when you go to charity shops, people are super generous, and that's very true with Housing Works. They have beautiful antique pieces, beautiful clothes, artwork. It's a great place to get artwork. So they do have an online shop. If you're interested, check them out. I do think though they sold out of these. They had this color and a red, but it's just a great piece to have. I think if you want that kind of unicorn piece that takes you from like summer to fall, I think really honestly it's a cardigan, because if you want to wear like a piece like this, you know, kind of like your flowy summer blouses, or you know, like your silk camis, you can still have them underneath the cardigan. You can layer on top of the cardigan. Like, it offers so many possibilities. This is actually the only cardigan that I have in my wardrobe, but I think it's a great color to start out with, and I have a few more on my wish list, but I'm super happy with this. And also this is great for fall because it's a cashmere wool blend, so it's actually pretty thick and heavy, so great for that like first layer. So usually my challenge when I do these challenges is not having half the pieces as blazers. I always have to, I start out with like 2 or 3 and I always have to keep taking them off, because I can't just have a whole challenge of blazers, because they are my go-to. I love to wear them every day, but this particular blazer is the one that I reach for the most. Classic black, again, can't go wrong. It has a little bit of leather detail, which I like because it gives it a little bit of personality. It's a boxier men's cut. It's actually a men's blazer, which I didn't know at the time, but I love the boxier oversized cut, and it's very on trend, so that worked out very well. And the thing that I love about having a boxier cut is that it gives you more versatility. Like, you could have any kind of blouse, you can have a thin sweater, you can have a chunky sweater. So definitely when you want to layer for fall, I think an oversized blazer is the way to go rather than to get something fitted. Last up for tops, classic white button down. This is also secondhand, but I've had it for a little bit. If you don't know what to wear, just stick on a white button down and you will look great. This one has some button detail down the sleeves, which I liked because it just gives it something a little bit different from the average. So I honestly just reach for this when I don't know what to wear, so I had to put that in the challenge. Another reason I like doing these challenges is because I feel like every time I do them, I find that like one super obvious hole in my wardrobe. For this go around, it was a skirt. I really wanted to stick a skirt in there for the fall challenge until I realized I don't have one. So that obviously is a glaring hole. I'd like to get a leopard because it has those like camel, brown, black tones that would really go with everything in my wardrobe. But for the moment, because I don't have a skirt, I'm actually just going to use this silk slip dress. This is also from Quince. I got this summer and I've been wearing it non-stop. I think it's one of those kind of 4-season pieces. So I'm really kind of going to start testing that in fall and winter, but I'm going to wear this as a slip skirt since I don't have a skirt, but I really wanted to branch out from just wearing pants. And then onto pants, because that's what I live in. These are from Everlane. I have 2 pairs of jeans. They're both from Everlane right now. I'm trying to get more, but it's honestly very difficult to find denim because everything's cropped or ripped or like feathered and has really light wash. So these are the curvy cheeky straight leg. They have the bra hem. You probably see these in every video I make and so many of my Instagram posts because they are my only blue jeans at the moment. So I can't go without these. And it's just so hard to get away from wearing denim. I mean, it's just so easy and foolproof and you don't really have to think about it. So definitely had to have denim in the 10 by 10. So moving on to shoes, I have basically 2 pairs of boots that I wear when it gets cold. These are my go-to. They're kind of a dupe for like the Acne Jensen or the Everlane Boss boot, which is the one I wanted, but this I got at Saks Off 5th for cheaper. And I would like to update, I'd like to keep these, but I'd like to get an updated version with a little bit of a higher heel and maybe slightly more rounded toe that goes a little bit higher up on the ankle, but these are such a great option. I mean, they really are foolproof as well. So definitely had to stick those in there because my feet get so cold and fall, you know, is that time where it could get really chilly. So I stuck a boot in there. So to kind of branch out a bit and not just stick to like a sneaker or a boot, I grabbed a pair of mules. It's actually a new style for me. I know it's been really popular, but I just haven't gotten a pair yet. These are a brand called Loc or Loc. You probably have heard of the brand. They have like they have a strappy sandal that's been super popular, and I happened to find these for a great price at an online retailer, actually cheaper than what they were on a secondhand website that I had my eye on. And I love that it's just different from, you know, my everyday boot or sneaker. It's in a color that I don't have on my wardrobe, but is on my wish list to add. And I love the embossed print, which is inspiring me to just find everything in chocolate embossed that I can, because I feel like it's just a great color and print to, you know, kind of go with everything. So I'm kind of glad that I'm finally kind of branching out, making my wardrobe feel really fresh, not just buying, you know, more of the same thing. And last up is not one of the 10 pieces, but it's an extra, is this wool cashmere Jenny King coat. It's honestly too warm for me to think about like having tons of heavy things. So I'm just gonna stick this with a few of the outfits, you know, just to break it up a bit. This is still available on their website, this coat, but actually in a different color with a dropped shoulder. I got this on the Real new with tags. They had a ton of them. They actually might still have a few, but this was a new style for me and a new color. It's a wrap coat, and it's actually the longest coat that I have. I was a bit nervous because it's just so different. My husband said it verged on like bathrobe vibes, which I thought that was okay. Like that didn't bother me. So every time I wear it, I like it even more, because I was a bit iffy in the beginning, but I'm really glad that I have a color that I just don't have in any of like my blazers or any of my other coats, to kind of really give my wardrobe some versatility and not just stick to all black, because that's my default one, especially with coats. And coats are really hard because they can get really expensive. So if you're trying to branch out, definitely try the thrifted route. So I'm going to show you how I'm wearing my 10 pieces.